couple weeks trying to get stuff together. The fact that you're
We
here.
are live.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Yes.
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Real Chill Conversations. We're here live tonight. I'm actually in Florida, guys, but we're here with Brenna and Dominique. We're going to continue our conversation from last week about Afghanistan and Taliban and all the above, the pandemic, and also the schools.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess whoever wants to jump in and let's finish our discussion from last week that we had. Let's talk about it.
And I want to introduce my friend Paradise. She's on the
Hi.
Hey
live with
everybody,
Hey,
us
Paradise,
tonight.
how are you doing?
Nice to meet
how are
you.
you? Nice to meet you too. Hey.
And today, of course, we're doing the new segment. Edwina, I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? What you said?
About what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Afghanistan, the Taliban, the pandemic, the schools. Just about we're going to recap everything that we talked about the last two weekends, the last two sessions that we had.
Okay.
Um,
Well, go
and
ahead, Brent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
before we get into everything as well, if we do have time, we certainly I think have a little more we can get into with regards to our topic from last night. So just want to throw that out there.
Okay, cool. I wanted to say, if y'all can mute yourself, please. If you can mute yourself, that's great. So we won't have no echo. But we're gonna start with I did was listening to Mississippi. Right now they're having to set up second fields as a hospital to handle virus cases. What do y'all think about that? Like,
It reminds me very much of the beginning of when COVID started, when we were getting prepared for
Exactly.
stocking up on supplies and everything else, and they were turning hotels into mini hospitals and clinics, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium and all these different stadiums in different states were being used to help treat patients that had to keep them in the hallways anymore even. So, to hear that and to read these articles that are coming out, I mean, it's almost like PTSD and having a flashback, like deja vu. We've been here before. We were just here, a year and a half ago, and we thought we were coming around and making it out onto the other side, but it feels like we are really sliding backwards.
absolutely,
With
Brenna.
you on
That's a
that.
really sad situation. What you think about it, Paradise?
I think it's very unfortunate. It just got the world all messed up and people can't even live day to day lives regularly how we used to. Like, it's crazy. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Paradise. It is a shame how, we can't live our lives how we used to live our lives, and that it's still rising and nobody is really doing anything about it. Um, Even addressing the issue with what's going on in Afghanistan now, um, the 12 soldiers that actually passed away this weekend is tragic. It's like, what's plan B? I know that we're supposed to get the rest of the Americans out by the 31st, but if we don't get them out by the 31st, what's plan B? What do we have set in stone after that? So it's a lot going on in the world today, and it's sad that, you know, there's nobody taking initiative to actually stand up and take responsibility for what's going on.
Doesn't it feel like there's no plan, that we're just
And that's what I'm saying,
Discombobulated.
Brenna.
We're
Yeah,
just
and that's what I'm saying,
discombobulated.
Brenna, is no plan.
There's
Exactly.
no
There's
plan.
there's no plan. There's no plan. Like when he decided to pull the troops out almost over a week ago, I guess, he didn't have a plan. You know, he should have sat down and said, "Hey, we're going to get the American people out first, then go ahead and pull everybody else. You just can't pull the troops out first, then the American people. That's sorry, it's ass backwards to me. You know what I mean? You have to really think about um, what's going on in the world today to make a decision like that. So it's no plan that's set in stone. Set in stone. There's no plan that's actually put into place.
I was reading something earlier today, and it was talking about some of the rescue efforts, and it was showing details. It was very graphic. It was showing details. There was one of the rescue missions that they attempted. They were successful in getting a few people out, but one of them was a pregnant woman, and she was shot, I think, 9 or 10 times or something like that. And she has right now she has survived, but she's definitely gravely injured, and it just seems like if we'd gotten there sooner and if there were more troops in place, then we could have began the efforts of getting people out. Let's get them out, slow, like thieves in the night. Let's just sneak them out. Let's just get them on out, get in, get out. Nobody knows, and just keep going at it that way. Now we coming in guns blazing. They know now at some point we're going to be coming, and there's going to be more damage done, and because of how it's been handled. I mean, you just can't fly by the seat of your pants and be random with something like this.
That's a very this is a very sad situation what's going on over there. Like Edwina said, they have a certain deadline, but we want to know like what is going to happen after that deadline. Unmute yourself, Brenna.
It's like, yes, what does that mean after the deadline? Then what's next? And that's where I continue to say I feel like there's no plan. You have deadlines in place, but then what's happening after the deadlines? What's the plan B if A doesn't work out? And what if you've done A and B and now you're on C? Like, have you worked the whole alphabet so that we have the backup and the backup and the backup in case we need it, or not?
Well, I know the vice president came out and made a speech saying that, they are not leaving troops behind, and American people, and they're trying to do everything they can. Um, and they know that if an American person is there, they can call them and they can get to the United States of America. So why are the headlines something else, though? That's what I don't understand.
That's the part that's very confusing.
Hmm.
And it's scary. I mean, all I can say is it's frightening. I have a lot of family members that either served in the military or still are in the military, and they had conversations about it. My husband was in the Navy, for many years, and he was, he was on the big ships and where they do they navigate for when the planes come to land, on the boats and all that kind of stuff. And we were just talking about how many, people and how stressful it is to be in a military family, whether you're serving yourself or you're a family member of someone that's serving. It's like everyone's doing the tour, when you're in the military. And I just, my heart goes out to those folks, that are in the position of having to go through what we're going through without it seeming like we've got a good plan
Right.
in place. It's like it's frightening. Like, you're just sending me out with a blindfold on, a can of tuna and a bottle of water, and telling me to like make the most of it.
Yeah. It's a really sad situation. I did also wanted to speak about San Francisco because it actually came became the first city to require vaccinations to go into businesses. So is that something that we're going to see all across the board? I mean, they haven't been very clear about it, but that's how it seems.
That's how it seems. And when you have a situation like San Francisco mandating vaccinations and things like that, I mean, to me that speaks to how serious this COVID virus is and how we really didn't take it as serious as we should have. And when I mean take it serious, I mean that instead of us finding out about this virus and starting to put protocols and things in place 18 months ago, why wasn't it 2 years ago? Why didn't you give us a 6 month head start when you knew that this thing was coming? You knew that this thing was coming, when you knew that the first cases were starting to pop. Why not be in a situation where, okay, in 3 months, we're going to have vaccinations available? I mean, we just were not ready.
I'll tell you that, Brenna, because like my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it was done wrong the first time. I feel like if we were not too worried about the economy, so-called economy, and we would have shut down the right way the first time, I don't think all this would it would be going on. Like the fact that the schools might close again, you know, the fact that we may shut down again. I mean, I think the first time they were so worried about losing money and people not going to work than our health.
Dominique, that's exactly what it was. They were more concerned about the economy and bringing the money than the people's health the first time. And now look at us now. We're still not making any money and people are still getting sick. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
And the fact that they have to keep extending the what is it, the moratorium for the rent, those people who rent houses and apartments. The fact that they have to keep doing that is they they shouldn't even have to keep doing that. In my opinion, that should have been in place until this is over.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. Because you're not even thinking about, you're so concerned with the economy and making this money, but what about the children? What about their education? So now, I didn't study to become a teacher. Now all of a sudden I'm a teacher of an elementary school level and middle school level. Like, I wasn't trained for that. Nobody taught me, how to do that. But while I'm here having to teach, I'm not in the position that I would normally be in to earn certain income. Like, some people just don't have the ability to do everything from home and still make money. Some people have to be in Walmart or Costco or Publix or wherever, um, unpacking the boxes and doing the shipments and whatnot. Fortunately, some of us are able to do our jobs from home and work from home and still get that money, but not everybody's in that position. So it should be no rent, not looking at expecting mortgage payments, utilities. That should also be thrown in the mix as well. And then if you don't want to do uh, food stamps or something like that, then you should at least be supplementing groceries for folks that are at home, because they've got not only themselves but these kids that they've got to feed, kids that were normally eating at school for part of their meals. Now you've increased your food budget and what you're spending on groceries because you've got everybody in the house at the same time all day long.
Exactly. And I don't think that it was too much thought put into what's going on. No one is coming out taking any accountability about what's going on today. So I feel like this was not our fault. It's not the people's fault. So the least they can do is take accountability and come out and, give people some type of comfort to let them know, hey, we got you till this is over. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people have been going through a lot ever since this started, and it's sad. Is very saddening to me to see that people actually don't want to take accountability for what's going on.
I feel that accountability goes a long way with building trust. And where we were already in a situation where there wasn't a whole lot of trust that was going on, yeah, as a
Exactly.
and here we are, with no one taking accountability, and again operating without a plan. And we're 6 months behind where we need to be. We're constantly behind. We should have been ahead of this thing. And if we had followed protocols like some of the other countries followed, what they did in terms of financial support and things like that, then we wouldn't be in a situation where we're forced to go back to work. And then you're going to make the decision to pull funding that was federally authorized. But the government above you, sir, Mr. Kemp, authorized people to still receive these pandemic payments, and you made the decision that we don't want to keep paying this. We don't want to pay this anymore. We're not paying.
Just the unemployment. I mean, just cut off the unemployment,
Yeah,
cut
that
it
is true,
dry.
Dominique. Yeah, he did cut off the unemployment. But if you guys look at the governor of California, you see how he's taking care of his people. He actually is giving them two stimulus checks just to help them, pay off debt, pay rent, and other stuff. And I wonder how all these other governors are actually trying to spend their money. I understand you want to give it back into schools and other ways, but what are you doing to help the American people the way they need to be helped? Because we could talk about food prices, like milk's up $3, gas prices are like 3.19. Um, we're not going to even talk about the meat in the stores. The meats are sky high. So it's like, what are they actually doing to help people get back on their feet the right way without them being stressed out? Because, like you said, you have to worry about kids in school. We have to worry about how we're going to our jobs, if we can work from home or not work from home. So it's a lot with that as well. So I agree with what you're saying, Dominique.
Yes, they're doing their best. I agree with you on that. I think we all have a lot of questions that are not answered. And that's why we keep talking about this pandemic, because we don't have the answers. If we did, I think it wouldn't be the way it is. But I did want to read y'all article though, because I like to read out my sources every time that I find something. And what I found here was that Orlando, they're cutting back on water usage due to shortage of liquid oxygen, which is used to purify the water, but is in high demand to treat the virus patients. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that, I mean, it's click, like the wheels are turning, and it's click 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 making sense, because having been a person that was in ICU on a ventilator, and I saw all of the equipment and the machines and the tubing and this and all that they use to keep that ventilator going for you to breathe for you. It has to be purified, because otherwise you're just pushing more infection into the body. But how could you cut back on something that's so essential? That's like the stories that I read about how they were having to split ventilators, use one ventilator for two people. Not, you're not even related. You're on the COVID floor and you're in the same room because you already both have COVID. You need a ventilator and you need a ventilator, but we only have one. Well, we can't pick. We're not going to decide, so we're going to split the ventilator, and you get one tube and you get the other tube because one is better than none, right? How can we cut back on something like that when we're trying to cut back on this virus? We're trying to flatten the curve. So why wouldn't we be more diligent about the protocols that are necessary to keep things sterile and clean? That one escapes me. I don't understand that one at all.
No, I didn't either. But it just goes to show in what situation we're in as a country, where we're at. And to me, it's like we're the richest country in the world. That's what everyone says, right? So why are we having these issues? And that's why I think it's so important for us to talk about it. And I'm glad we picked Saturdays to do that, because, this is a perfect time. It's so much going on around us that we also have to talk about these issues as well and address them. But Brenna, you said getting into something else. Edwina, did you have anything else for the news segment?
No, that's it. I think we summed everything up, but no, I don't.
Did you want to speak about last night, the podcast that we had?
Oh yeah, yes. If you haven't had the chance, everyone go check out our new podcast that we did last night. We talked about plastic surgery, tummy tucks, lipo, all of that good stuff. So if you haven't, go check us out at Real
Did
Chill
you
Conversations.
did you want to continue that conversation tonight, Brenna, or?
Yes.
Okay, well, you talking about tummy tucks and stuff?
Yes, because we feel like it's some stuff we needed to get out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all continue that. I'm gonna hop off, but it was great, talking to you guys, and we'll have another episode next week. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
All
Have
have
right. Bye,
fun.
guys.
fun.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Well, so last night, as everyone has discussed, was our normal podcast episode, which is on Fridays. Friday, we got into conversations about plastic surgery, tummy tucks, BBLs, breast augmentation, fillers, and all kinds of things that you can do to enhance your image, to enhance your physical appearance, to enhance your body and change your body in a way that makes you feel better about yourself. And while everyone has an opinion as to whether or not, it's something that they would do, it's certainly an individual choice, and you are allowed that individual choice. My stance on it from the beginning and what I said yesterday was, if you are making a decision to enhance or alter anything about your body, just to make sure that you're doing it because it's what you want, not because you think that it's going to please your significant other, or you think that that's going to make you, get more dates on Tinder or these apps or whatever. Do it for you. Like, let that decision to have that tummy tuck or the lipo or the breast augmentation or the BBL, let that choice be yours. You own that choice, and don't think that, okay, once I make this enhancement, then now I'm gonna suddenly find the relationship that I want, or suddenly I'm gonna, like, my whole world's gonna turn around in a way that I didn't expect, and now I'm gonna make all this money because I'm gonna be a brand ambassador for these companies on Instagram. Like, have your decision to change and alter yourself be because that's truly what you want. And that's it. I think it's as simple as that. Do how you want to do, baby girl. I mean, some like the big extra booty. Others are like, I just need a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I told you. I know someone that just a year ago got had a lipo and a BBL, and just a month ago went and had her round two done. I was like, two? Like you needed more. Like, once wasn't enough. I thought she looked fantastic. But to her, when she looks in the mirror, what she sees bothers her, even though she looks amazing in her, in her clothes. And seeing her without her clothes, I thought she looked fantastic. But in her mind and what she saw, there are still these things that she wants to take care of, that she still wants to fix. So she went back for more. She got 2 rounds.
I agree, Brenda. I think. How long did it take her to recover, though?
I mean, this second round that she had done was I think maybe we're 6 weeks now, and she's already posted up in bathing suits and vacations and everything. So
Six
not long.
weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. It's
Oh
been 6 weeks.
my.
Yeah. Yeah. But the roughest part, she said, is the first 7 days. The first 6 to 7 days is the most difficult part, and then after that, your body is kind of adjusting to the feeling um, that you've been experiencing from the removal of the fat and all of that. Nerves are regenerating and growing back, so you have changes in sensation. But she said she was still able to work and function. She did spend 2 weeks at a recovery center, so she had nurses to give her the massages to help get that extra fluid out, to keep her on a schedule for taking her pain medications and also other medications, anti-inflammatories, and things that help with keeping swelling to go down, to make sure she was getting proper meals, and to make sure that she was staying hydrated and drinking enough, and all of that. So I think that certainly makes a difference as well. I mean, if you've got 24/7 support for 2 weeks for surgery, I think then yeah, it is very possible to come back and be popping it on a beach, 6 weeks later when you've had that type of help. But not everybody has that. She said the first time that she had it done, she literally was basically almost standing up on the plane ride back from the Dominican Republic, because you can't sit. You have to lay a certain way. Like, you can't sit in the car. You have to lay a certain way. So it's an intense recovery process for sure.
I'll tell my story a little bit because, I am one of those candidates who want to do a BBL. So I didn't really get to talk about it in depth last night, but if you ask me, I mean, I just want to do it just to, I've had a lot of kids. So I do want to get that little pouch out the way.
The fupa.
I had y'all, I've been doing all type of stuff. Like there was at one point I lost so much weight just going to the mountain, eating under 1,000 calories a day. And I lost a lot of weight. And don't get me wrong, I liked the fact that I lost a lot of weight. I enjoyed that journey as well. But it's just, when you lose a lot of weight, stuff don't be all right either. And it's not like you could just go to the gym and then get, the extra skin that you lost off that fast. So that is one of the reasons why I considered the BBL. And as for now, sorry. And as for now, I'm actually considering, like I said last night, actually doing a tummy tuck and then going back for the lipo just so, my body can be defined more. So that is the reason that I want to do it. If I do it, y'all be able to see it. So I'm hoping that I can get it done real soon, but I just don't want to jump into something. And by no means, this video is to advocate for getting plastic surgery in no type of form. Um, that's your decision. We're just discussing it and having fun with the topic because I thought it was very interesting. It was something that I wanted to do myself. So, but yeah, like I want to be able to do that for myself because, with the losing weight and just eating under 1,000 calories and all this and all that, I do also want to be toned up.
Yeah, it's like you know that you don't have a problem being able to lose weight. You know that you don't have a problem being motivated to go to the mountain and to walk and to exercise and all those different things. But it's like you said, I mean, when you lose a lot of weight and your body is accustomed to being wrapped, in a certain style, well, you've wrapped it, but now what's underneath has gotten smaller, but you still have the extra tissue. So what do you do with that? So that's certainly, a situation in which you wanted to match up. So you don't want to just be, okay, I've lost all this weight, now I'm thin, but I have this extra whatever going on. Like, I want it to be tight and I want it to be toned. And I think everyone, period. I think if you've given birth to a child, period, I think it just should be an unwritten rule that you should be able to get a mommy makeover. I don't care. Say what you want to say. But,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
your whole body goes through so much
Hmm.
when you have a child. One. And then let's talk about what happens when you have the next one. And then you have the next one. Some of us have 3, 4, 5 kids, and stuff is just not going to be in the same place that it was. I don't care how much you're exercising. I don't care how many eggs you're eating, 5 calories a day, whatever else. It's still not going to. Your breasts are not going to be where they were. They're going to look like tube socks. Your nipples are going to be huge. It's just not going to be a sight that you feel comfortable with. And who wants to always worry about putting on shapewear and having to always feel like you gotta, let me put my girdle on and let me pull on my waist trainer. Like, I want to just be able to put on my clothes and bam.
And that's why I want to do the breast lift. And I want to do a reduction breast lift. I want to be able to wear the sundresses
Yes,
without you know what I'm saying? I want
yes.
my
With the
stuff to look
side with the
perky
side
too.
boob cleavage, and then the little a little under boob cleavage. Like, listen, we are entitled to that. We are
Exactly.
entitled to that. I don't care what
Okay.
anybody says.
I
Entitled.
wish Paradise was on here because but she had to go. She just texted me. But she is another candidate, that she's actually getting something done pretty soon. So I would love to hear her speak on it and what made her
Yeah,
do it. I love to hear people just tell me because
yeah,
like I said, sometimes yes it could be a mental thing. Sometimes yeah it can be addictive, but sometimes it just gonna be for you to want to change your appearance and just make a statement with yourself.
with yourself. Yeah.
Because
You
you
know,
definitely doing that when you're getting plastic surgery.
it also too reminds me of I don't know, it's going off topic for a second, but it reminds me of when you hear some of these younger kids say that are transitioning, that are becoming
Right.
trans, and saying, I was born in a boy's body, but I've always felt like I was a girl, or vice versa. I've always felt like a boy, but I'm in a girl's body, whatever. I've always felt like I'm Beyonce, but I just don't have. I just, my body does not built like that. My body was not made to be, wasn't made to be bootylicious. So if I want to go and get my butt treatments, if I want to get my lift, so far I've only done non-surgical, so I haven't done anything surgical to my butt because I was pleased with the results that I got from the gym and the non-surgical. But I'm not opposed, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, there may just come a time when I need to get there, because trying to put on Skims just so that I can wear my Fashion Nova dress, like, it, to me, it's like defeating the purpose. I want to just put the dress on and that's it. I want to be free. I want to be free.
I want to be free too. I'm tired of wearing bras. I want to be free.
Free the nipple. Free the nipple. And I'm telling you, wearing a bra is for everybody else. It's not for me.
It's not for me.
It is not for me. It's to make y'all feel more comfortable. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I know you're fine in that department. Look, you're fine. But you look good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't see anything that you should change or anything. You look marvelous. So
Girl. And I think, it's interesting, to hear you say that, because it's like I could literally point out
no,
so many things.
don't go there.
But I'm not. I won't. I won't.
Look, we don't need you going back on the table now.
Right. But it's, that thought process, that second that I just had, where you're like, you look marvelous. And I'm like, but there's like, I could list like 17 things right now. Now I can understand where my friend was coming from when she was like, she wanted more. She wanted it to be more, she wanted more curve. She didn't want hip dips. I didn't even know what hip dips were until she explained it to me. You know what I mean?
I didn't know you could lipo the vagina.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Because yesterday you mentioned something like, you said like take the fat and remove it and put it on your breast, and I was like, wow. And then I had to do my little research,
right?
I know.
Yep.
And then I said vagina.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah. They're literally making it so that it looks like you have camel toe.
So it won't look like that.
Yep.
Wow.
So they do that. There's another one, of course, there's the vaginal.
So it makes it perky.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And then there's the internal rejuvenation that's supposed to tighten things back up, because it's a muscle inside, and
right.
If you push children out, it's gonna, I don't care how big your man thinks he is, it's not him that's stretching you out. It's the baby. It's the baby. And some women don't get the snapback, and
right.
and they're not happy with it, so they get that rejuvenation. Some women also have issues. Childbirth is not an easy process, and when you push a baby out, different things can happen. You can tear, things can get real funky. Sometimes you have to get cut because the baby is so big. They make little incisions. You can have damage to your clitoral area, and then that needs to be, repaired. And so people are getting injections, and just like they get fillers in their lips, now they're getting fillers in their vagina and vulva and all of that to make it pretty. I mean, they're doing vajacials now. So.
Now the lips, I don't understand, and I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Like,
It's
why?
okay. I get it. You want fuller lips, but the jobs that I have seen with the lips are just too much, and it's just like too X-rated for me. Like, everybody have their own preference on what they want to get done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? By all means. But it's just, I guess, the job. And that's when I go back to saying about Brenna that I was trying to say last night, that most celebrities get stuff done. And in my opinion, they don't really share it, who did it, or anything like that. But I think that's a disservice to the people because, people do want to get stuff done too. And maybe we could save those people from going to people they don't need to go to. So,
Yeah, because you have, I don't know why it has to be so hush hush and like, oh,
right.
I just went on vacation for 3 weeks, but you come back and you've got, new tits, your ass, your stomach is flat, your lips, look like the explosive filter, and like we're supposed to believe that you just, went on vacation for 2 weeks and that was it. Like, don't pull the wool over our eyes.
Or I woke up like this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no. Like, in what world? In what world did you go to bed and wake up and you got perfect size? Now have to worry about a bra. You don't have to worry about what your stomach looks like. You don't have to cover up when you go to the pool and all that stuff. And that's like something like for me, I feel like, okay, I think I did okay with my first two kids, but my youngest, it was an emergency C-section. Where the scar is now is now the incision is so low. It's very, 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 very low. So you don't see it in any of the clothes that I wear, or even the
Right.
bathing suit or what have you. But the skin on my stomach is just not tightened back up in that area, and I'm still numb where that incision was. And we're talking, 9 years ago. I don't have the feeling and the sensation in it. Like that's one area where I go, if I get whacked, I don't jump or nothing, but everything else, I'm like, ooh, ow, like I feel everything, but I don't have.
Brenda, I wanna kick back a little bit. I don't mean
Yeah,
to interrupt. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
We have Gloria Miller in the comments section. Welcome, Gloria.
Hey, Gloria.
She stated Christians can't take vaccines as they are developed from aborted fetus cell lines.
What?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Mm-mm.
Wow, what? I thought vaccines were developed from egg whites. Ugh.
I just wanted to, throw that comment in there. What she said. We'd like to read y'all comments in the comment
I'm
section as
definitely
they
gonna
come in.
I'm definitely gonna research that. Oh my goodness.
We got to go back to the drawing board. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes. Hold on. Hold on
What's
now.
going on here?
Hold on now. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we thank you for tuning in, certainly, and we appreciate your comments. And you guys, anything that you think is worthy, that you want to get our opinion on, or even if it's something that you would like for us to research. Dominique and I love to research, honey. We love to look stuff up and find stuff and have references and all that kind of stuff, so we can speak about it with some knowledge, not just blindly coming on here and just saying whatever. We
With
provide,
some clarity too,
right, we
and we
provide
like
you
to.
with the information, and then what you do with it is what you do with it. Our opinions are our opinions. This isn't one way where is the only way. Real Chill Conversations is 5 different women, 5 different personalities, different ideas. There's lots of things that we're on the same page about, and then there's lots of things too that people feel differently and individually. But you guys, that actually pay attention and are listening and watching. I mean, seriously, if there's something that you would like more information on, period, just post that in the comments, and we will do the work. We will do the work, and we will get you the information.
I love it when people actually interact with us, because I feel like that gives us a chance to get to know people more, and for them to get to know us more. So anytime that we're live, I mean, drop it in the comments. If you want me to drop the link, I will, and let you up and speak, let you get up here and speak your mind, your truth. So I mean, that's what Real Chill Conversations is all about, having a platform where you have a voice to speak. Um,
Absolutely.
so we definitely love that. And thank you, Gloria, for coming in here and dropping your comment and letting us know, because we need to go back to the drawing board on this one. Like, I had to stop my girl for a second. I was like, hold up, you know.
Oh my goodness. I think that I wanted to I
Oh,
wanted
Brenda,
to
let me tell you,
go
because
ahead.
this poll on
Oh
Facebook
yeah.
is jumping.
Yes. I was like, let's get into this poll.
For Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all, we got a new podcast coming out
Yep.
Friday. Y'all need
Mhm.
to tune in. Tune in.
Woo.
Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be
Right.
talking about the 50-50 rule, what it consists of,
Yes.
what it means to you.
Yes.
Because I
And
think a lot of us was
if
tricked
there's
on
such a
that.
thing, is there such a thing? Is it really 50-50?
Or is it 70-30? Or
Right?
is it 60-40?
Right? Or 25-75, 80-20? Like what? What is what's really going on? Like I'm really, really, really looking forward to, as we continue to poll and post the questions throughout the week. I really want to hear what some of y'all in your domestic situations are in, like what the expectations are, whether you're single but live together, or together, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, married, what have you. I'm curious. And fellas, this is one too that I really want y'all to I want y'all to enter the chat.
Let's go.
I want y'all to enter the chat. Like,
Let's go. Let's debate on this. Let's go.
we love a good debate. We love a
Look,
good
tap,
debate.
tap, tap in. Get in here.
What I'm saying, we gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, and because there's so many times that we'll get individual messages after the show or whatever, and I get it. Maybe you want to keep yourself private and all that. That's fine. I mean, if you want to be anonymous, that's fine too. But respond, 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 so we can at least say Fred from Ohio believes that XYZ. Fellas, you need to enter this chat. You join us, enter the chat, watch the stream, post it in the comments, and we're definitely going to make sure that we include you in the conversation, because this, it's not just about the ladies. It's about all things. It's about men and women.
It's about man too.
Yes.
This podcast is about man too. So we want to know what y'all think about that. Do you think the 50-50 rule work? Let me know. This is gonna be an interesting topic.
It is. I'm wondering too, what's going to be interesting is going to be the responses, and then what's the age range for the certain responses. You know what I'm saying? Like the generation right now that are, that are in their situationships, and how they feel about being with somebody versus those that have been with somebody 10 years plus type situation, versus those that are like in their 50s and 60s, and how they feel about situations. Like I've had a man say, and his wife say, I watched it, I think on Facebook Watch, he was like, my wife pays no bills.
Don't give it all to them, Brenna.
I'm not, but
Okay.
I just want you to know that we're gonna really get into this. We're gonna really get into this topic. He said his wife pays no bills, and
Mm-hmm.
she has a full-time job that she loves and she enjoys. She pays no bills.
Yep.
Okay. So that's their situation. There's many more situations, and we need y'all to get in the chat. Get in on it on Friday because it's gonna be jumping.
It is. It's gonna be jumping on Friday, y'all.
Gonna be jumping.
I'ma hype this up all week. Y'all
Yep.
already know. I'm finna hype it up.
We gonna
Cause
rah
I need y'all
rah.
to come with it.
Yeah, we gonna rah rah and all of that and get into it because it's a lot. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. We got a lot, and we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about, and then think about each of us individually, and then our own experiences with this whole situation, and it's a lot. So it's gonna be a good episode.
Yeah.
Definitely a good episode. I mean, the poll is jumping off already. Like we haven't even
It's jumping. Like I'm still getting messages from Facebook.
like we haven't even. It's not even. It's not Friday yet, y'all. But yes, keep it coming. Keep them
We
coming.
wanna know.
We want to know. We want to know so we can
And you
throw it
know
out
what? If you have a story you want us to tell your story, if you want to tell your story, if you want to
there.
remain anonymous,
Yeah. Yeah.
please email us at
Hmm.
realchillconversations@gmail.com. If you're having a party or whatever the case may be,
Oh
and you
yeah.
want us to show up,
Yep.
email us at realchillconversations@gmail.com.
That's right. All we need is a reason to get out the house.
Yes, just a reason.
Like,
Oh.
oh yeah, I need gas. I'm going to the gas station.
We gonna be gone, never come back. No, I'm just playing, y'all.
I thought you just wanted to get gas. I did, but then I felt like some hookah. So now I'm at this little spot around the corner. Figured I'd grab
No,
me
I
a
was
drink.
saying that for any bookings because
Yeah,
we are taking bookings. You
here
want
we
us
are.
to show up, Real Chill
Yeah, booking.
Conversations, email
Hmm.
us, we get to you,
Yeah,
we'll work out the details.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We love a good party and
Yes.
event and get together. We love that. We love that. I love that for us.
Anything else you got, Brenda?
I think that's it. I just wanted to make sure that we got to just kind of finish up a little bit on yesterday's conversation about the plastic surgery and the BBLs and stuff and the reasonings for it. And I think, like you were saying, celebrities are doing us a disservice by not coming clean
Mm-hmm.
and sharing with us. I mean, it's not like we're trying to be nosy and all in your business, but you want us to be all in your business.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's just, letting people know because
Yep.
hey, this doctor might be serve a purpose. And if I feel like if people share, okay, who was your doctor? Who did it? You know what I'm saying? That way, if you see a person that's like, oh, I like that. Oh, I love how she looked. You
And
know what I'm saying? We
yep,
want to go there.
I agree. I agree, but I've literally had people say like I don't tell who my so and so is because I don't want that person to then be
Oh,
booked up all the time. Like sharing is caring. Share the knowledge. If
yes.
you go to somebody for a treatment or a service, or let's say you go someplace and you are going to get a facial, uh, and something happens and they wind up messing your skin up or something like that, you're going to be like, y'all do not go to this place, do not get this treatment because this is what happened when they used XYZ on my face. I mean, you want to share the information. If you got something that's going on after you've had something done, then make sure you let everyone know. I mean, the good and the bad. I think when you share that,
Hmm.
you're doing a great service. It shouldn't be an embarrassment. Like you shouldn't feel embarrassed or ashamed, and I think that's the problem. I think people have such a stigma that's attached to any type of body modifications, and they're so against it and so judgy. Like there's just way too much judgment going on for
Mm-hmm.
no reason. And it's like, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do to my body?
Right.
Like, why is it your problem?
Exactly.
Like,
Let me
what?
tell you, I'm advocating for everything I like. So if I
Yeah,
come across your food, if I
yeah,
come across your drinks,
yeah.
if I come across your club or whatever and I like it, I am
Hmm.
going to tell people about it. That's just
Hmm.
me though.
Hmm.
Like when I get this done, I'm gonna let you know.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna be your little nurse. Be a little
Brandon gonna
nurse.
be my nurse.
I'm gonna be your little nurse. Help you get through the first little bit. Keep you
Look,
situated.
I just don't like pain though. Ooh.
Girl. They'll take care of you. I'm
Okay.
sure they'll take care of you. You go to the right
Okay.
place. I'm sure that they will take care of you because
That's why I'm still looking because you know what I'm saying. I want to make the right decision. I just
yeah.
don't want to jump out there and do it just because it's cheap here,
Hmm.
or this I can get this done here. No, I want to go to the best person that I can find,
Yeah.
and if that requires me to go out the country, I will.
Ain't nothing but a thing, but a plane
Hmm.
ticket and a passport. You know,
Okay.
'cause you don't want pain is going to impede your healing.
Right.
It's documented, it's stated. You like research, you can look it up.
Hmm.
You all y'all, whoever's listening, watching, it's stated and documented that pain can impede your body in healing and in recovery. Pain can make your blood pressure go stupid high. It's like
Hmm.
I know I tell the doctor all the time, like, I know my blood pressure is high right now. I can feel when it gets high, and I know when it's bad, especially if I'm in a pain cycle. So
Right.
when you're making your choice on who your surgeon is going to be, like that's going to be a conversation I'm sure you're going to have. What do you what do you do about managing pain? What's your protocol? Like what do you offer? What do you use? What do you recommend? And then you're going to do your research and you're going to ask, okay, by day 3, am I good with Tylenol or am I still needing Percocet, or Tramadol or whatever it
Oh,
is?
I'm gonna have a million questions.
It's got
I'm gonna break the book.
there's a whole little book with everything. But yeah, facts. Oh, I don't know where she went. She done dropped out the show, y'all. She done dropped out the show. There she come.
Look, they kicked me off. They
I
don't want me
said,
to talk.
I said she done dropped off the show. What happened?
It did that yesterday. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Yeah, it's something that's going on. It was happening to me too.
But y'all, oh, let me see. Hold up. Who we got in here? Oh, nobody. I thought somebody was about to come in. I was
Oh,
about to let y'all in too.
oh man.
Y'all
Well,
have a good night.
yeah, y'all have fun. Be safe out there and whatever it is that you're doing. Cheers to y'all.
Cheers. I got my little
Cheers.
QT
Cheers.
cup right here.
What you got in your cup?
Coke. I
Oh,
done swallowed it now.
oh, it's gone.
Bye, y'all.
Okay. Yeah.